540. Did you know that much of downtown Sacramento used to be called Japantown? Thousands of immigrants lived and worked there, and then suddenly it all stopped. Our Walt Gray explores Japantown thanks to an exhibit now showing at the California Museum.
A moment in time, history that slipped away, but now alive again in a photo exhibit at the California Museum. Sacramento once had a place called Japantown. The area along 4th Street between L and O Streets in Sacramento was alive in the early 1900s. There was restaurants, nightlife, kabuki theater, shopping, all geared to the thousands of Japanese immigrants who came to this country for their shot at the American dream. Japantown now is all but gone. One of those here to look at snapshots of an era, her era, is 84-year-old Marian Uchida. It's her old neighborhood, her life, her memories. A picture of her in kindergarten in 1938. Where are you?
Right here, with the bowl. Right there, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's you in kindergarten.
And what the museum did, what a great job they did. I mean, you know, because they were old pictures. We have pictures that are from 1928, 1925, in the 30s, and this to me is amazing.
It was all good in Japantown until World War II, when the American government moved the Japanese to internment camps and forced them to surrender all they'd worked for. That was the quick beginning of the end for Japantown.
Well, I think what we hear from the folks who are, were not from that community is just kind of amazement. Like, wow, I really never knew that existed. And to find something, about the history of Sacramento that they were unaware of has been, I think they've really found that interesting.
So what's left of Sacramento's once vibrant Japantown? It's here at the corner of 10th and W. I'm here in front of Sakura Gifts, the Royal Florist, and just down the way, Osaka-ya Pastries and Shaved Ice, the oldest link to Japantown. Old-timers have been coming to Osaka-ya for typical Japanese food and noodles and teriyaki for over 100 years. But what an era it was. Immigrants who came here around 1900 to bolster a thin American workforce and thriving until the start of World War II.
And then it all stopped.
Right.
What did you think when it all ended?
Well, it wasn't bad for me because I was a kid. But for my parents and other East Stays, it was hard on them because, they lost what they had been working for a long time.
The photo exhibit at the California Museum is officially named Kokoro, the story of Sacramento's lost Japantown. It runs through Memorial Day. In Sacramento, Walt Gray, ABC 10.
Another good story, Walt Gray.
It's interesting, the rich history, and you're new to town, and I know you're intellectually curious, and you're like, wow, what is this, what is that? But it all started for the Japanese in Sacramento around 1880. They came here along with the Chinese, the Portuguese, the Filipinos, and they helped build our levees, our pretty much all the infrastructure, farming and all that. And then when World War II broke out, the U.S. Army or the American government wasn't sure who was friend or foe in the Japanese community living here. So they decided, just to be safe, they would lock everybody up.
Wow.
Now, we weren't living in those times, so we don't know the heat of, what was going on, but that's what happened. And the Japanese who worked so hard lost all their businesses and their homes, and they essentially were at these internment camps.
And those internment camps, there was an exhibit focusing on those, correct, at the Crocker Museum that you did
Still
a story on?
Yeah. That's 75 years ago is when the internment camps began, so there are a lot of exhibits popping up. But it's really interesting to see what Sacramento downtown used to look like, and the Japanese influence, and then bang, gone.
Gone, just like that, from
just
day
like
to day.
that.
And how, like you said, specific to Sacramento, downtown Sacramento. Where did it go, and where is it now? So, okay, that exhibit one more time? It is
California Museum through Memorial Day.
Okay, thank you. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Good.